Hey guys, Ultra Maximus official merchandise is now available on my Spring store. Help support the channel and shop by clicking the link below. Oh, hey look, it's Orko.
Perhaps you will have better luck in the future. But now, there is great danger ahead. So then, it has come to this.
You're fucked.
Barbarian?
There is no escape from the realm of Dungeons and Dragons. You suck.
Hey guys, Ultra Maximus back with another toy review, and today we're going to take a look at a Target exclusive set for Dungeons and Dragons. With the upcoming movie, they are releasing figures for the old 80s cartoon, which I'm super excited for, and this is the first ones I've gotten. So let's go ahead and jump in there and take a look at the packaging. So here we have the Dungeon Master and Venger in the package. We've got the logo up here. We get some really nice artwork from the old cartoon. We get the figures and accessories. It's got the "and" logo. Then it says Dungeons and Dragons and the old school font at the top. Nothing on that side. This side has more artwork. Just a close up. So we get the Dungeons and Dragons. Looks just like it did on the old books in the 80s. Very cool. There's the logo from the cartoon. Characters looking super cool, and they apparently come with dice. I'm super excited about that. So yeah, definitely very cool looking. Digging the artwork. Side of the package artwork with Venger and the Dungeon Master. Back of the package here, and it's actually pretty heavy, which is kind of interesting. Very hefty box, but we get the other figures in the wave and all the accessory pieces, the characters, and then we get some more figure shots right here. Yeah, interesting. Definitely cool looking at these things, what it comes with. Now, I've heard there's been issues with the plastic, so hopefully these are not break. Fingers crossed. Yeah, just kind of a close-up. There we are. Very cool. Sizes, how tall they are. Yeah, definitely digging it. So, yeah, that's about it for the package. Let's get these guys out of box and see what we think. So here we have the Dungeon Master and Venger out of the packaging, and these guys actually look pretty darn cool. I really dig these. I didn't know how much I was going to like these, but I may have to go and get all the other figures out of the set. I like the way they look. They both stand really well, painted well. Nothing broke on them, thank goodness. I've heard a lot of issues with that, especially like with Pixel Dan. So these are at least pretty good. Now, they do come with a bunch of accessories. Not a bunch, but a few. So we get some blasting hands for Venger, which is pretty cool to put on there. I think it would have been cooler if the blast effect could actually have come off of the hand. That would have been nice to have the open face hands for Venger, but yeah, pretty cool that we actually get nothing for the Dungeon Master. We do get some dice, so we get this really cool 20-sided dice in the black and red and gold colors of Dungeons and Dragons. Feels very hefty. I'm definitely digging that. And then we get a percentile dice as well. So very cool. You get a full set of dice, I guess, when you get all the figures. I may get the figures just for the dice. I love collecting dice. So yeah, definitely cool. Now this guy, the wings. Oh, the wings on these things. So super thick peg for the back of it. Now you think you want to put them they're going to go upward, but that is not the case. You actually want to kind of angle them downward to get them to slide into place. Otherwise they'll never go in. So make sure that you slide them downward and they will go in. But yeah, he's definitely very cool. Articulation, the head does move back and forth a little bit. It wiggles. We got a diaphragm joint right here, which is pretty nice. The arms have swivels at the elbows, very stiff joints. They do raise upward. There's a slit in the cloak so that they can go upward, and then the elbows are super tight. Hands do twist and have a hinge joint. This side is the same. Again, super tight joints. Be aware of that. You may want to heat it up before you move it, just in case. But yeah, same articulation there. Nothing on the wings, nothing at the waist, unfortunately. But yeah, definitely looking cool. He does have a slit on the cloak down at the bottom with fully articulated legs. He's got double jointed knees. He also has, you know, ankle rotation. But it's really kind of pointless because of the way this cloak sits. I mean, he really just kind of sits on this soft vinyl cloak, which is fine. But yeah, there was kind of a waste of the articulation for the legs. Now, the Dungeon Master, his head barely moves back and forth because he's long here in the back. The arms do go up and down. They swivel around. We do have a twist at the wrist and a hinge joint. Nothing in the legs. They're just sculpted on. And yeah, that's about it for the articulation on these guys. Now, let's go ahead and pull this hand off and put a blast effect hand on just to kind of see how that looks. So there we go. Blast effect hand on. And there he is, looking all types of cool. And it's actually the wrong hand. Let's put the right hand on the right hand, shall we? So let's go ahead and get that connected on. Let's not break it. That would be fantastic. Here we go. So we're just going to slide this into place. And there we go. We have the right hand on the right arm. That looks much better and looks pretty darn cool. So the other cool thing is we get this background for a diorama. Let's get the figures out of the way so we can actually see this. It is the theme park and kind of dumps, or the ride dumping out into the land of Dungeons & Dragons, which is very cool. It's actually pretty hefty cardboard. The back of it has the D&D logo. So this could actually double as a Dungeon Master shield, so you could actually play your game, and so they can't see the hits and can't see what's going on, which is pretty cool. If you play D&D, you know what I'm talking about. So it's kind of nice that they included that, you know, for a diorama and or for gameplay. I'm really digging that. I don't like the way it kind of folds this way. It should have folded. Very nice cardboard though. It should have folded the other way so you could get a nice proper DM screen. But yeah, I love how they included it. Just very cool for tabletop gamers. Taking a closer look at the Dungeon Master himself, he actually looks really cool. Of the two figures, I think he's the better one. I love the sculpt and paint, the reds, the golds, all of it looks really, really nice. I wish he had a little bit more articulation, but considering the size of the figure, I can see why he doesn't. Now, taking a closer look at Venger. I love this figure. I love the look, the black, the red, the kind of dead skin going on. I will say his face isn't quite as good as the Dungeon Master's. He's kind of looking, peering off to the left, kind of like a meme or something, and the teeth just quite aren't right. But overall, I think it looks good. I wish the wings had a little more articulation, but pretty cool figure. Taking a look at the midsection of the figure, again, the wings look good. I love the robes. I wish the arms had a bit more articulation away from that cloak. Maybe they should have used soft goods on the cloak. I'm not really sure. And the joints are super, super stiff. I'm almost afraid they're going to break, but they've held up thus far. But, you know, at least sculpted and painted well. And finally, taking a look at the legs of the figure, well, we can hardly see them because of this cloak. The cloak, you know, sculpted well. It's kind of a flat gray. I love the legs. The sculpts are nice. They're fully articulated, which is crazy. Makes me wonder if they're just Marvel Legends legs they slapped on to save some money. I don't know. What do you guys think? For comparison, here we have the Dungeon Master and Venger next to Pighead from Masters of the Universe Origins, Rulers of the Sun. It was kind of the closest thing I could find to a Dungeons & Dragons character, and he kind of looks like he could have been on that old cartoon for sure, but he's about the 5-inch scale, definitely Venger a lot taller than he is, and the Dungeon Master a lot shorter, so it's kind of a nice little line going there in size, but it kind of really shows off, how big these figures actually are. So is the Target exclusive Dungeon Master and Venger set from Dungeons & Dragons something that you want in your toy collection? Well, if you were an old Dungeons & Dragons fan back in the 70s and 80s, like the old cartoon, this is a must-have for sure. If you are into Dungeons & Dragons, this might be something that you're after, if you like that old nostalgic kind of vibe. The fact that it comes with a set of dice when you collect all the figures is pretty cool. That's about probably anywhere from $10 to $15 today. So that's pretty darn awesome. And I may go ahead and collect it all just so I can have the official Dungeons & Dragons cartoon dice set, because I'm a huge dice nerd and I think it's a lot of fun. So there they are, the Dungeon Master and Venger from Dungeons & Dragons. Thanks for watching. To watch more Ultra Maximus, click on the links to the right. Be sure to click all the things, subscribe, like, and hit that notification bell for new videos, and follow me on all the social medias, Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. Links in the description below.